Imagine you are a child. You are alone walking down the road, not knowing where you're going. You don't know when you'll eat next or where you will stay. Now imagine you're a teenager. All of your life you've grown up depending only on yourself. You're an orphan. Perhaps it would be efficient to learn how children get in this tragic situation, where they end up, and how they can get help. We all know what an orphan is. It's an abandoned child or teenager that has had either one or both parents die, or for some reason just give them up. According to the World Orphans, there is an estimated 153 million orphans worldwide. Some of these orphans have lost one parent, some both, and some are virtual orphans that have been turned out on the streets by their families, but all are vulnerable and in need of help. Orphan Hope International suggests that up to 5,760 children become orphans every day. According to the SOS, 17.9 million kids are lost their parents due to HIV and AIDS alone. Also, according to the SOS's website, there are 22 million children who have become refugees or who have had to relocate due to violence or natural disasters in their countries. We also know of the freak accidents that happen where children lose both parents and sometimes even their siblings. Asia holds the largest percentage of orphans in the whole world. It contains 60 million out of the 153 million. The United States has 120,000 orphans and 400,000 children who don't have permanent homes. Knowing why children become orphans is important, but perhaps it's even more important to know where these children and teenagers end up. The SOS website also states that worldwide there are 7 million children who are put in institutional care. That barely scratches the surface of 150 million. International Hope approximates that only 250,000 children are adopted each year, while 14 million age out of care at the age of 16. That's 38,493 a day. Third, after beginning to understand the rampant orphan issues, we begin to learn how orphans can find their help. They have to allow the help. The more difficult they make themselves, the more difficult it is for them to find their home. Many children in foster homes are constantly moving around, but at least they're cared for. The Congressional Coalition states that a little over half of the percentage of children in foster care has moved at least 3 different times to different placements before being placed in a permanent home. The Congressional Coalition also suggests that an average amount of time for a child to wait to be placed in a permanent home is around the 3-year mark. Again, many of them age out before even being given the opportunity to be adopted. Many of these end up on the streets, and they end up not even finishing their high school diplomas or getting even a GED. In conclusion, I find the realization of how many children are in need unfathomable. Being educated on why children are in need and how they end up, how they can be helped, is a major stepping stone in the process of finding homes for more and more of the motherless and the fatherless. I leave you with a verse from the Bible. It's Isaiah 1:17, and it says, "Learn to do good, seek justice, reprove the ruthless, defend the orphan, and plead for the widow."